Can I respond, Piers?
Yeah.
So on this hospital attack, let's just be very clear here, because so much gaslighting going on here. First of all, I'm old enough to remember October 2023 when the world went mad to suggest that Israel would ever attack a hospital. We were told for months Israel would never attack a hospital. Now they proudly attack a hospital and try and justify it with nonsense justifications. We attacked it because there was a Hamas camera on the roof. First of all, it wasn't a Hamas camera. It was a Reuters camera. Reuters already gave the Israeli military their positions. There were no Hamas cameras on the roof. It's a ridiculous new phase of Israeli propaganda to say there was a Hamas camera justified killing 20 people, which was insane. Okay, let me speak. If you stop interrupting, then I'll deal with that lie. You already said it. You said there was
Let Mehdi respond,
you're
please.
lying.
Hamas terrorists
Let Mehdi respond.
I never get through a single answer on this show.
Let Mehdi respond.
6 Hamas operatives were not killed. You claim they were killed. No evidence has been provided to the international media that there were 6 Hamas operatives there. In fact, the 6 photos that were released...
This is a part of Israel, isn't it? This is a part of what they do. And next, we'll wrap up with this little thought I had today. But what they just do is say, this is fact, this is fact. Provide the evidence. Don't need to. This is fact, this is fact. It is your consummate, perfect dictionary definition of gaslighting. They are self-referential truths. They say, we say it's a fact, so it's a fact. And then, of course, their supporters, Zionists out there, will say, but they killed six Hamas members. And you go, what's the evidence for it? And they go, well, we've seen it from the IDF, where they haven't shown any, but they say it like it's fact, and then it becomes fact in the minds of many people. But when you get to a place like this, you just get one person saying that's wrong, and then the IDF saying, no, it's right. Show us, well, it's right. And that's pretty much the tactic from here on in. This has got about 45 seconds.
Provided to the international media that there were 6 Hamas operatives there. In fact, the 6 photos that were released here, 2 of them were killed the day before. One of them was a well-known local firefighter who Israel had already dealt with. They were not 6 Hamas operatives who were killed in that strike. As for it being a mistake, how can it be a mistake, Piers, when it was a double? Can you shut up?
It doesn't make it true.
Piers, am I going to get to speak on this show?
Jonathan,
you're just going to let one person speak all the time?
But I mean, if you're going to lie and you're going to expect me to
sit there... Well, you both accuse each other of lying all the time. So let Mehdi respond, then you can...
This is the worst of this program. And look, I'm showing it, but it's the worst of it. It would, because, and we know it's the worst of it. Like, so this is slop tube, yeah? And we know it is because Piers Morgan and his team could have control over this. It's very simple. One gets faded down and one gets left up, and then the other one gets faded down. And this is what they want. This is what rates, right? This is what they want. Now, we're showing it, so we might be a part of the problem, be honest about that, but we're showing it because we're trying to show the response that media has and what he's putting out there and the information for us to learn from, as opposed to the circus that it really is.
And the world can see that... Jonathan, we're on Piers Morgan. I get to speak. We're not in Gaza. You don't get to kill me as a journalist. I get to speak here and point out that the journalists were killed in a double-tap strike. There's no way you can call that a mistake.
You do in life
he can't shut up, can he, Piers?
The only thing you do in life is lie and take money from the
I'm going to keep speaking and make my point. Like I said. All right.
There you go. That's enough of that one for now. I've got one more little thing to play, but Chewie, do you want to speak to that first, and then I'll play the last? And the last one I'm going to play is like 20 seconds. It's just a little thought I had today.
We've commented on how long Piers Morgan took to realise what was going on in Gaza, something that was infinitely clear to so many of us that he just did not realise.
Yeah.
He bought into Israel's lies about October 7th. He didn't look at it with a critical eye on its historical place, that it wasn't the start of something, it was the continuation of something. But everything... I'm not even exaggerating. This isn't hyperbole. Everything that Israel has put out, and let's use October 7th. They've had to revise down how many people were killed. They've had to revise down how many Israelis were taken hostage. They've had to admit that they killed a bunch of them. With helicopter gunships at the music festival. They lied about Hamas chopping heads off babies and putting them in ovens. All of that was blown apart by Israeli journalists investigating it. At every stage, their justification for striking hospitals was found to be false. Every time that someone's come out and said, oh, this horrible thing happened, they drove bulldozers over prisoners. No, we didn't do that. And then the truth comes out. this is too horrible for words. They evacuated a hospital and left babies in incubators. Well, that's so monstrous. That can't be true from the most moral army on the planet, says Israel. And then proof of that comes out. They let babies die in incubators. They murdered journalists. They've murdered aid workers. And every time they hit it, they kind of justify it. It was like, oh, it's okay that we killed 200, 300, 400, 500 people this week, but we got 6 Hamas operatives. Just trust me, bro.